Hey, welcome back to DieCash Cars. So coming back from vacation, guys, long overdue rest and relaxation with the friends and the family. I get back home and there is a healthy amount of packages at my doorstep waiting for me, all of them from our friends over at Mattel. What better than to come back and do a video on RLC? And I know what you guys are thinking, we're already 3/4 of the way through the year. RLC is pretty much done. I think there's only a few releases left for the year, but I think that right now is the right time to start thinking about RLC. We're a month away from the Hot Wheels LA Collectors Convention, where we know we're going to get sneak peeks and spoilers for everything 2023 as far as mainline releases, Super Treasure Hunts, as well as RLC. And I know it's always a love-hate relationship with Mattel Creations and the RLC website, whether it's a bug within the system or it won't let you get to checkout or it takes items out of your cart. But I'm here to give you my few tips to help you navigate and succeed using RLC. The first tip I got for you guys is you have to have more than one account. And I know that is frowned upon, guys, but just think about the level of competition that you're dealing with. I can almost guarantee you that out there are very smart individuals that use bots in order to get all the cars from the RLC. On top of that, we know full well that there are maybe 100,000 plus members on RLC trying to pick up the same cars you are. A better way to give yourself an advantage within RLC than to have multiple accounts. I personally have 5, and it's justified, guys, because Mattel Creations tells you that you can have up to 5 accounts per household. I have 5 for 5 members in my family. 1 for myself, my wife, and then I got 3 kids. All of us love Hot Wheels. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out there and get 5 RLC accounts, but I think you can do your own measurement to understand how many you can afford, and that can give you more of an advantage versus just having 1. Just to give you guys perspective, I know I've talked about this car before on the channel, but on the day that this car was released, I logged into all 5 of my accounts, and because there was so much competition, I was only able to get 1 of these on 1 account. Imagine if you only had 1 account, you got online to try to get this car and you missed out. If it wasn't for my 5 accounts, I don't think I would have gotten 1. The next tip I have for you guys is always log on early before a drop. Me personally, I always log on at 11:45 a.m. Eastern time just to make sure that all my accounts are up. I always constantly refresh them. I always navigate through the website, go into my profile, just to make sure that I'm always logged in. And as you count down the minutes, just make sure you're ready to put the item in your cart, get into the cart, and check out as fast as you can. A little side note for all of you who do already have multiple accounts is it doesn't hurt to have an extra set of fingers help you log in, stay logged in, and get the cars into your cart. I actually have my wife help me whenever she's available, and when she does, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's 100% hit rate on all 5 accounts. The last tip I have for you guys is that don't get discouraged. So I've been an RLC member for the last 5 years, and all I can say is that the website is never consistent. I feel like their web development team is always working on remodeling the website, changing how people get in and check out, and I'm sure they're always trying to fend off the bots and help us real collectors be able to get the cars that we want. I know one mechanism that they're using as of late is that immediately at the time of the drop, they'll make the screen go to a sold out screen, which I would think would cancel out all the bots trying to get it and check out. But what that does is it also confuses us because we see the sold out sign, so we think that these cars sell out within milliseconds. And that's just not true. Or is it possible? My rule of thumb is that I try to get the car for at least 10 to 15 minutes after the release time frame, because you never know, there could be a glitch in the system. They might be trying something new from a website standpoint. Who knows? You might get really lucky. There might be someone trying to buy something, but maybe their credit card backs out, in which case would make the car available again and you'd be able to snap it up. All in all, don't approach RLC with a bitter mindset, but treat it like a friendly competition. It's no different than trying to beat out the fellow collectors and getting that super treasure hunt or that premium chase at Walmart or Target. So that's how you use the RLC website, but what about the cars themselves, guys? And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Not every single RLC release is worth picking up. Case in point, there are 2 RLC releases just from this year alone that I always reference when I think about this. The Black Corvette Stingray, which released, it sold for about $25, and right now you can still find it on eBay for $25. Basically retail. I've even seen a little bit less, which means the folks that did purchase it off the website are basically losing money on it now. The next one is the Nationals Pink Party car, the blown delivery. Just not everybody's cup of tea when it comes to castings. I mean, you definitely need it if you want to complete your Pink Party car collection. But as of right now, it's sitting on eBay and secondary market for about $25 to $30, pretty much retail. Again, these are all cars that if you didn't absolutely want them, you could have skipped on them and been fine. Moving forward, my thought is they're going to stay right where they are from a price standpoint, maybe even dip a little lower as folks get more desperate to get rid of them. And just a quick market update for you guys in relation to this topic. This is the membership car for 2022, the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. Could have been purchased off the Mattel website for $35, and right now it's selling for $35. I've even seen instances where folks are selling it for less, and I bring this up again, guys. You didn't have to buy this car in order to become a redlineclub member. And honestly, this car is so nice, guys, that at under retail price, it's a great pickup right now. There's essentially 3 criteria that I use to grade each RLC release that helps me determine if I want to get them or not. The first being, is it something that will fit my collection? Is it something that I personally would want? If so, then definitely pick it up, add it to your collection, and don't look back. From an investment side of things, you got to be a little bit more selective, because when you're talking RLC pieces, you're talking about retail market prices of $25 to $35. Not the typical dollar that you spend at Walmart or Target on main lines, which if you bought something that you didn't want later on, it's not a huge deal. So it would just be wise to be a little bit more selective on which cars you actually purchase. The second criteria that I grade RLC releases on is it a first release? Is it a first edition that is debuting in RLC? This Chevy 454 SS is a perfect example of this, because it is the first edition, and moving forward, whatever lineage this cast carves out, it'll always begin with this release right here. Doesn't even matter that it wasn't numbered. It was a car that you could actually get 2 of, but it makes no difference, because currently right now this car still sells for about $70 on the secondary market. Fortunately for us, Hot Wheels sent this one in terrible condition. The card is all banged up, so we're definitely gonna get this one cracked open and take a better look at this car to just see why it's worth so much right now. So there it is, out of pack. I don't open a lot of my cars, but this one I just had to get in hand because, man, it just brings me back to the early 90s when this car was released. I mean, just from a model standpoint, we know how popular the square bodies are. This is essentially the predecessor to that car. I mean, what's to say this isn't the next 83 Silverado, guys? Man, great job on this one, Mattel. This cast also showcases the third criteria that I look for, which is opening features. So we know that RLC is always going to give us a premium model, all the details, but it's always a bonus for me when you got movable parts. A lot like that tailgate that just flew off, which I will try to figure out how to put that back on later. It also should have an opening hood, and at least that didn't fall off. But man, look at that full engine bay detail. Everything just looks so sharp on this car. And to go back to that first criteria, guys, buy it if you like it. I gotta talk about this, which isn't Hot Wheels, but it is the Matchbox Nissan Proto that could have also been purchased off of the Mattel Creations website. I feel like this release was slapped on just a little bit. I was able to get in and purchase this car with ease. And I know that the one thing that kills this car for everybody, including myself, is the fact that Matchbox is still calling it the Nissan Z Proto. We all know that the 400Z is an actual car that is going to be released pretty soon here. Really wish they would have just called it the 400Z, but nonetheless, it's a neat model. I think this one, especially in this display with the Tokyo background, really does it justice. It does meet my criteria number 3. It does have opening doors. And the one thing that I really do love about this car, guys, as you guys can guess from the background, is that it is the same Spectraflame Gold as the Honda Civic. So you know I had to pick this car up for the collection, but sad to say, guys, secondary market on this car is just not there. It's selling for about $30, which is pretty much the retail price of this car. I think retail was about $25, but plus shipping, essentially $30. But nonetheless, it's a car that I needed in my collection, so still happy to have it. Just can't get enough of that gold Spectraflame. So that's what I got for you guys today. Just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents on RLC, Mattel Creations, how to navigate the site, and how to cherry pick the cars that are right for you, for your collection, and for investment purposes moving forward. Let me know what your thoughts are below. Let me know what your strategies are as far as RLC. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.